Hi guys, I can't see my image yet. Hopefully I'm right side up. There we are. Okay, so this video is to help you write a RAPS response. So this is something we spend a lot of time on the first half of our school year. So I'm going to stop helping you in class. Sometimes I'll help. But anyway, I'm making this video so you have this as a resource. Remember, if you don't feel comfortable with RAPS, you need to think about what tools you have. So now you're going to have this video. But this is the tool that we've had all year long that we've worked on, okay? This is your RAPS rubric. You should have it glued in your notebook. And if you do not, ask me for another copy. We even wrote in our reading response section in our table of contents together, if you were here with me at school, what page it was on. So just keep in mind, you need to have this RAPS rubric in front of you if you're not sure how to do a RAPS. If you keep getting points taken off for various reasons, use your rubric. So what we're going to do today is a RAPS response using the rubric. Okay, here is my question. What is something humans do to make erosions happen more quickly? The first thing with RAPS is we have to restate the question. So that means we're changing a sentence from a question that ends with a question mark, and we're going to create a sentence that ends with a period. Okay, so here's my question. It ends with a question mark. And the tool that I give you on your rubric says take out the question words. And I give some examples of some. And every once in a while, these question words might be in the middle of a sentence, but typically they're at the beginning. So something we've practiced together is just crossing out these question words. So now I'm going to think, is something humans do to make erosion happen more quickly? Well, that doesn't quite sound right. I'm going to try to take is out as well. Let me try reading this. Something humans do to make erosion happen more quickly. Ooh, and then I could put that is down here. So now it sounds like I'm getting ready to make a sentence. So I'm going to start with a capital letter, but I'm just using the same words in this sentence. Something humans do to make erosion happen. Something humans do is it is or are? All right, it's is because I'm talking about the something, which is singular. We'll talk about that more later. Anyhow, now it's time to answer the question. We want to think carefully about what the question is asking and find keywords in the question to help you locate them in the text. So in class, we practice think it, place it, find it. So I know I'm looking for erosion and something that humans do. So I want to think about erosion and humans when I go to my text. Well, I remember this whole section up here was about erosion. Erosion happened a lot. But here in the second part, it really got into humans. So I'm going to reread the second part. Erosion is a natural process, but humans, look, can cause it to happen more quickly. Oop, and quickly was in my question too. So let's see what it says. Things like cutting down trees can make erosion worse because the roots of plants help hold soil together and prevent erosion. All right, something humans do to make erosion happen, I should say more quickly, shouldn't I? More quickly is cutting down trees. So there's my answer. Now, in our science and social studies pack, you just have to do the R and the A, okay? But for this video, I wanted to go ahead and talk about the P and the S so that we would make sense. But this is where you would need to stop for your social studies and science packets. We're just restating and answering the question, okay? But now what I'm going to have you do, not in science and social studies, this is just a video to walk through the process with you, is we're going to prove the answer with evidence from the text. So when I say you need to use your RAPS rubric, I do expect all of this. So right now, we just have to do the R and the A, but I'm going to use this text as an example for the RAPS. Okay, so we got to prove it with evidence from the text. It says, start your evidence with a transition such as. So some of you will see, I'll take points off if you don't have a transitional phrase in the beginning. So I'm going to say the text states, And this is a transition, so I'm going to separate it with a comma, and I'm going to start with my quotation marks. And I'm going to look back in my text. I want to pick out exactly what I'm going to say. So since I just talked about cutting down trees, I'm going to say it, I'm going to use a pronoun, can make erosion worse because the roots of plants help hold soil together. That's my quote from the text. So I'm just going to write it word for word. Cutting, I was going to use a pronoun, but I'm not. Cutting trees can make erosion worse. When you're quoting from the text, you have to write word for word what is in the text. You can leave some words out and put dots in the place of them, but if you're still struggling, I wouldn't suggest doing that yet. That's a more advanced stage, and it's okay. We all get there at different times. Okay, and I finished quoting my text, so I'm going to close with my quotation marks. Something humans do to make erosion happen more quickly is cutting down trees. The text states, cutting trees can make erosion worse because the roots of plants help hold soil together. All right, you want to keep rereading your writing to make sure it sounds good. So here's my R, here's my A, here's my P, and now it's time to sum it up. Sum it up. All right, so when I go to my rubric, it says close the response by connecting the proof to the answer. Use transitional phrases such as. So I'm going to go with this proves. This proves cutting trees. And I have to go back to my restate. What am I proving cutting trees does? Makes erosion happen more quickly. There we go. There's your RAPS response. I'm going to do another video, but I'm going to post this one today anyway, but I want to do this on a sheet of paper the way we did in class because that's awfully crowded and not organized. So I'm going to do something neat later. But anyhow, I just wanted to go ahead and have this because some of you have some corrections to make on your volcano questions. All right, that's all for now.